Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Derek and y'all already know you're watching Shelf Love with D. Thank y'all so much for joining me today. I appreciate when y'all come back and see me. And you already know I'm going to say my infamous, I won't be before you long. It's going to be a quick little cute vlog. But I got some books, y'all, and I'm so excited. I wanted to share with you guys. I got these books from Thriftbooks.com. If you know, you know. If this site is new to you, you've never heard of it before, it is perfect for older books. I will say that. They do have new books on there, and so they do have deals to where like maybe it's $1 or $2 less than what you may find it at Barnes and Nobles or like Amazon. But I will say this is ideal for those older books. Me personally, I love our OG classic authors. Okay, I say classic, but what do you want to call it? Like the OGs in the game, like Eric Jerome Dickey, Donna Hill, Mary Monroe, Terry McMillan, Toni Morrison, just because she's an OG, you know. I'm one of those people that I feel like, you know, even if they're not one of my favorite authors, like what's that guy's name? Omar Tyree, I think, the one who wrote Fly Girl. Like, even if they're not like my favorite authors, because they're one of the OGs in the game, I gotta have them on my shelf. These books are near and dear to my heart. They are the books that I came up on, that introduced me to reading, that helped me to fall in love with love and romance. Like, these books were my girlfriends. Like, they were where I was getting my advice from, so to speak. You know, and if I was reading a book and you know, the girl was being, she was being stupid in the book, being a fool, you know, then I learned from that, like, the type of woman I don't want to be, the type of man I don't want. You know, if it was a book that had a friend group, I'm just soaking up the energy and the advice they gave each other and the sisterhood. Now, you know, there was a time or 2 or 3 where I played the fool myself, but nonetheless, these books raised me. These books helped to mold the person that I became, and so they are just forever in my heart. And they are the books that I tend to lean towards reading more. No shade or nothing against any other new authors. These books to me just have a depth and an essence that the newer books lack. I will still be purchasing the newer books. Y'all will still be seeing me review newer books and newer authors, but these will be probably majority of the type of books I read because they just mean so much to me. All right. I've rambled on. Let me get into this vlog, get it started before I make this a 30-minute vlog after I said I wasn't going to be on here long. All right. So as I said, we got these books from Thriftbooks.com, and the prices are really good. I don't think any of the books that I bought were over $5. And any of the books that I purchased, I got either the ones that said very good or good. So that's where, just to give you a reference of the books. They are used, they are thrifted books, but they are good quality. So, all right, let's get into it. All right, so the first book that we have is True Lies by Margaret Johnson Hodge. All right, so this book, it says, the last time Deja Moore took a chance, she was 8, and a wild downhill bike ride left her with a scar on her knee, which is nothing compared to the ones that now crisscross her heart. Life has made Deja into a cautious and wise sister who won't sit down in her silks for fear of wrinkling them. A hard-working accountant who doesn't hand out second chances. Then she meets Rick Tremens, and when the handsome corrections officer gives her the protection of his mace and the temptation of his phone number, she falls hard. Everything about Rick, from his soulful eyes to his straightforward talks, tells Deja she met someone who will never play her if she can put aside her fear and wrap herself around his troubled past. So this sounds like a good time, a fun read. Margaret Johnson Hodge is one of my favorite authors, one of my favorite OG authors. She I just love her writing style. I want to say, I feel like I've read most of her books. I may have read this one back in the day in my teenagers. I can't say for sure, but I am looking forward to diving back in here. I miss her books. I like I said, no shade to the new authors, but these older books just have a different feel to me, and I miss it. It's like when you sit down and you watch Waiting to Exhale or Love Jones or Soul Food, those old 90s movies, they're so nostalgic. They just feel so good. It's such a comfort. And so I'm looking forward to reading this book. Let me know if you've read any books by Miss Margaret Johnson Hodge. So let's move on to the next. All right, next book up is Big Girls Don't Cry by Connie Briscoe. I believe that is how you pronounce her name. She is another OG in the game. Let's see what this one is about. It says, Naomi Jefferson was born into a comfortable world, only occasionally marred by racism. Even when she is called a hard N-word after wandering to the wrong neighborhood, she learns not to let it touch her too deeply. As a teenager in the 1960s, her biggest concerns are when she'll give up her virginity and if she really can't get pregnant the first time, like her friends tell her. But when her adored older brother Joshua, seemingly the family's chosen one who is designed for greatness, is killed in a tragic car accident on his way to a civil rights demonstration, the rift between Black and white America suddenly becomes personal. In an attempt to live up to Joshua's example, Naomi immerses herself in 1970s campus politics. But instead of finding herself, she loses her sense of who she is. She's unsure how to negotiate her way through a world where her brothers die for no good reason, and the one man she depends on most betrays her with another woman. Oh my gosh, I'm so geeked to read this book, y'all. Like, I don't know, I keep saying this over and over, and it's like, girl, we get it. But y'all, these books, these authors, it's just, I was telling my husband the other day, I'm feeling like an old head now, because I feel like I've been on there. Remember when, or back, I remember when something cost this much, or I remember when books was like this, or whatever. But I love the era that I grew up in. I know everybody does, but I'm just looking forward to reading these books. So if you have heard of Connie Briscoe, if you've read any of her books, let me know down in the comments. If you've read this one, let me know down in the comments as well. All right, moving on. All right, next one up is Ain't Nobody's Business If I Do by Valerie Wilson Wesley, another OG in the game. All right, let's see what this one is about. It says, nobody but a fool crossed Aunt Delia, so Eva never did. Aunt Delia was a hoodoo woman. She knew how to work some roots. She could make a person lie, scream, or pine 6 feet for a man she saw once in the A.M.P. She could make a snake dance, a cat bark, and when she was young, she made 6 of John Dixon's hens lay double-yolked eggs because he talked to her in sweet whispers out of both sides of his mouth. It says, at the age of 40, artist turned librarian Eva Hutchinson isn't looking for change, but that's what comes her way on a hot Friday, June 13th, when Hutch, her husband of 10 years, picks up his suitcase and walks into the night searching for the joy that he feels is missing from their marriage. Suddenly playing by the old rules doesn't make much sense to a not quite young sister whose stable world has turned upside down. Ain't nobody's business if I do. That's all I'm going to read, y'all. This sounds so good, so good, so good. It's so funny when I'm looking back over these books that I read. I'm like, no wonder, people considered or told me I thought I was grown. Because I was reading stuff like this at like 14 and 15 years old. And don't get me wrong, I've always been told that I have an older soul. But reading stuff like this, like, no wonder I was like obsessed with love and marriage and wanting to be somebody's wife and mama, like reading books like that. But my mom was an avid reader. I grew up in the days of Black Expressions. Y'all let me know if y'all have heard of Black Expressions. I don't know. I don't want to say that's an Oklahoma thing because you used to be able to get books in the mail, so it had to be all over. But if you've heard of Black expressions, let me know. So back in the day, we used to have them like Jet magazines and stuff. There used to be a little postcard where you could sign up for Black expressions, and you could get like 4 books for like $4 or something cheap like that. Like it was kind of like a monthly subscription, or you could just do a one-time buy. And they would come right to your door, and it was books only by Black authors. I fell off from reading for a good few years due to mommyhood and things like that. And I remember, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years ago, when I checked it, like, what happened to Black Expressions? They sold the company to people, and from my understanding, they were told that it was going to stay the same, but it's completely changed now. They have changed the name as well. And when I remember looking on there at one point, I could hardly find any Black authors. So that was really sad. But anyways, let me know if y'all have heard of Black expressions. Moving on, so we're not on here all night. All right. So what? Oh no. Where is the cover? Alright, y'all, I am so sad. I'm so sad. Can you tell that my energy has changed? This makes me so sad. This was the one book that I was most excited about getting and most excited about starting like tonight. This is Butterscotch Blues by Margaret Johnson Hodge. If you know, you know. And if you know me, you know that what is this? Butterscotch Blues and Coldest Winter Ever are 2 of my most favorite books of all time. Now, I know people got problems with winter. I know people have reread Coldest Winter Ever as an adult, and they're like, oh, I look at it differently. I read it as an adult. Still my girl, still love her. I think I've read it twice as an adult. But Butterscotch Blues is imprinted in my heart. Like, I read this book, I want to say when I feel like I was about 16, 17. I read this book. And when I say y'all, there is not a long stretch that I don't think back to this book. It is forever on my heart. And I was most excited about it. Like, out of all the books, this was the one I'm like, I have to have on my shelf. This one in Coldest Winter Ever. And I found this one on the site, and I was so excited because the condition was very good, and it was a hardcover. But where is the cover? Like, this makes me so sad. I can't even tell y'all what it's about. Like, why would they? And I'm pretty sure the picture they showed had a cover on it. That makes me so sad. Oh, that makes me so sad. Y'all am I tripping? Like, am I tripping? Y'all tell me down in the comments. Don't leave me hanging. Let me know, like, if you were me, if this was you, and you had a book. I know, pause. I know y'all feel like, girl, you already got your mind made up. But I really don't. I'm torn. Like, because I know I can kind of make things a big deal and get stuck on things. So I'm like, is this one of those moments? So if you were me and you had a book that you loved, like I love this book, would you just, keep this and put it on your shelf? Or would you give it away? Because I can give it to my mom, because we read this book around the same time together. I think she read it first and told me about it, or vice versa, or whatever. But I could give this to my mom and, just order another one and get the cover. I don't know what to do. So let me know down in the comments. If you were me, would you keep this book and just put it on your shelf? And like, girl, it's not a big deal. Don't have a cover. It is the story. You know what book it is. Or would you send it back and get a pretty cover? Let me know. Okay, moving on. Let me look this up so I can tell y'all what this book is about. I just can't believe that. Oh, I can't believe that. And the sucky part too is that with these older books, some of them, certain artists, are hard to find. So you kind of just have to get it where you can, and sometimes in whatever condition that it's in, because some of these older books are hard to find. And I'm pretty sure this one only came out in hardcover. So when I order it again, I risk that being the case as well, that maybe somebody pre-owned the book and didn't take care of it, but the book itself is in good condition. So that makes me nervous too, to order it again and possibly end up in the same predicament. So just for reference, so y'all can see the cover. Let me see. Yeah, this is it. Okay, so Amazon, if I'm reading this correctly, Amazon has a hardcover brand new for $25. I'm one of those people that I can't see myself spending $30 on a book. But this one, I just might. Maybe I can break it up right and say, if it's $13, I forgot what she said. If it's got where you could break up the payments. So maybe I could do something like that, so I don't feel so bad about spending $30 on a book. I don't know. Maybe I can. Somebody will gift it to me. Like for Christmas. Christmas is coming up. Husband. And I'm definitely only asking for Christmas stuff. For books for Christmas. Dang, that sucks. Okay, anyways, here's the cover just for reference. Okay, can we get the light right? There we go. So here's the cover. As I said, would y'all, keep the book that you have, or would you send it back, resell it, give it away, whatever, and get what you want? I really don't know. What I want to do. But anyways, let's see. Let me get the synopsis. All right, let's see. It says, Sandy Hutchinson has skin so dark and chocolatey brown, her friends call her the Black Diva. At the age of 34, she and her 3 girlfriends have shared a tight bond since college and been through the ups and disappointing downs of dating. With high aspirations about careers and love, they sometimes fell a bit short of their dreams, but nevertheless are always there for one another to offer sympathy and support. There's Martha, a successful assistant district attorney who has a beautiful apartment and luxury car, but is still missing the most important element, someone to love. Then we have Brittany, timid and overweight, wasn't certain if she would ever find happiness, but when Maurice enters her life, she wonders if this time love will treat her differently. Then there's Janice, vivacious, warm, and giving, she foolishly wears her heart on her sleeve, hoping each time things will somehow turn out differently. Sandy wonders if love has eluded her as well, until the day she meets Adrian, a Trinidadian with caramel skin, natural wavy hair, and eyes the color of butterscotch. Sandy's plagued with low self-esteem since childhood. It's dubious that he could be attracted to her, but Adrian is earnest in his intentions. He opens his heart and wins her over. Together they share a whirlwind romance filled with blissful happiness until the night of a fateful call from the hospital. Y'all, and that's where everything takes a turn in that book. Oh my gosh, y'all. It's just reading that synopsis, or is it premise? When do you use premise? When do you use synopsis? Okay, anyways. If you know, let me know down in the comments. But it's just stirring up all those feels that this book made me feel when I read this many years ago. All the emotions. Oh, y'all, I just love this book so much. That makes me so sad. I know. Okay, let's move on. I'm gonna figure that out. I just saw and somebody was selling it for $4 on Pango, and it looks good. She's holding the book with her cup with the cover on it. So I'm gonna get that. I think I'm gonna get that, y'all. I'm gonna deal with that later. But I think I'm gonna get it. And if that don't work out, I'm gonna just have to buy that brand new. I'm gonna just have to get it because I need it. All right, moving on. And yes, I'm struggling to open up this package. Don't judge me. All right. Next one up is God Don't Like Ugly by Mary Monroe. Another OG in the game, y'all. Mary Monroe, if you know, you know. If y'all have not read a book by Mary, y'all sleeping and it's time to wake up. No lie, this woman knows how to write a book. She can put a story together. Y'all, oh my gosh, this series is so good. I believe that there are 6 in the entire series. And now when I first read this book or this series, it was all audio. And I was knocking them out like back to back. I listened to most of my audiobooks in the car. And even a couple of times my husband was in the car. He got invested in the story to where I had to start waiting for him to get in the car to continue the story. But it was so good, y'all, like so good. But I am wanting to reread it. Because I read it via audio. You know, listening to in the car, sometimes you can miss things, but also just because it was a good time, a fun time. One thing about Miss Mary is that she will hit about 10 different triggers, 10 different topics in her book. She gonna cram it all in, but she does it well. She does have some heavy topics in here, some disturbing things happening in her books, but again, she knows how to write with that pen. So if you have not read a book by Miss Mary, get on it. Go now, run and get it. All right, so anyways, it says that in her richly drawn new novel, Mary brings to life the bond between 2 girls from opposite sides of the track and the shattering events that changes their lives forever. At the heat of the story is Annette Good, a shy, awkward, overweight child who keeps a terrible secret. Mr. Boatwright, oh y'all, I cannot stand Mr. Boatwright. I'm not gonna give no spoilers, but if you already read it, you know what I'm talking about. Mr. Boatwright, the boarder her hardworking mother has taken in, abuses her daily. Frightened and ashamed, Annette withdraws into a world of books and food. But the summer Annette turns 13, something incredible happens. Rhoda Nelson chooses her as a friend. Love Rhoda. She's a real one. Everybody needs a Rhoda in her life. In their life. Dazzling, generous Rhoda, who is everything Annette is not, gorgeous, slim, and worldly, welcomes Annette into the heart of her eccentric family, which includes her handsome and dignified father, her lovely, fragile mother, her brooding, dangerous brother Jock, and her colorful white relatives, half crazy Uncle Johnny, sultry Aunt Lola, and scary, surly Granny Goose. With Rhoda's help, Annette survives adolescence and blossoms as a woman. But when her beautiful best friend makes a stunning confession about a horrific childhood crime, Annette's world will never be the same. If you know, you know. Y'all, if you have not read this God Don't Like Ugly series, start it today. Run and get it. Like I said, I am wanting to reread this book. So if anybody is down to do a buddy read, just let me know. Let me know down in the comments. But Miss Monroe can put a book together and it is a good time. I already know. Like when I say, as soon as I ended one audio book of hers, I was reading one next up. So I am actually looking forward to rereading this again to see if I've missed anything, but really to this time to just really get into the book, reading the words on the pages. So this one's a good one. All right, so moving on to the next one, y'all. I'm so excited. I made a post the other day. I think I did it. Yeah, it was on YouTube, BookTube, and Instagram. But I was saying that there's nothing like that feeling of adding new books to your shelves, and I'm finally getting to do that myself personally. Thanks to everyone's support and giveaways and things like that. That's how I have the books that I have now. But now I'm adding them myself, and I'm like, is this going to become a terrible habit? I can see how people are just constantly buying books because it's such a good feeling, and there's so many books that you want on your shelf. So I get it. But anyways, moving on. All right. DoorDash, 40% off your first order. Who got first orders anymore? I'm sure everybody DoorDash. I would have rather them gave me a bookmark. But anyway, all right. Next book up is Coffee Will Make You Black. I want to say, yeah, this one I was able to, because I purchased X amount of books, I was able to get a free one, and this was my free choice. So this is Coffee Will Make You Black by April Sinclair, another OG in the game. She has another book that I want. Oh, it's on here. It's called Ain't Gonna Be the Same Food Twice. So I want that book from her, by her as well. So this one says, I still thought breasts might be more trouble than they were worth. Growing up reminded me a little bit of hide and go seek. When it was your time to grow up, nature said, here I come, ready or not, and nature could always find you. So that is all it says on the back. Doesn't really give an idea of what I guess this person really loved this book. I feel like Raina had purchased a book where they had wrote their name in it. This person has wrote their first and last name, their address, and phone number. I guess it's on some if you find me, this book belongs to type stuff. But goodness gracious. But thankfully it is like on one of these blank sheets, so maybe I'll tear it out. I would feel bad about tearing a page out of a book, but that's just so crazy. Anyways, have y'all heard of this book? If you have, what are your thoughts? If you had to pick out of these books that I've shown you so far, which one should I read first? Let me know. But yeah, that's crazy. Pop back on here just because to make a little correction. I was like, I wish they would have gave me some bookmarks, and I'm assuming that that's what these are, which are cute. So on this side it says to book lover from book lover, because we are it's a swapping kind of system. You can sell books and then buy books from them. And then on the front of this one says meet me under the mistletoe, and then it says with a good book. And then this one says let it snow, let me read. Vibes. All right. And lastly, we have Sugar by Bernice McFadden. This is another OG in the game. Lex Reed loves Bernice McFadden. She raves about her. I think she has all of her books. And she had said if you're new to Miss Bernice, that she would advise that, or she would recommend that you start with Sugar. So I've started with Sugar. I've been looking forward to reading this book. I've heard Sugar is a hot, funky mess, but it is a good time as well. All right, it says the Bigelow women hate Sugar from the minute she arrives in their small Arkansas town. They have their names for this shameless creature with the bouncing blonde wig and red painted lips. Names they can only whisper behind closed doors. They want her gone, out of Bigelow and away from their men. But Sugar has traveled too far and survived too much to back down now. And that's all I'm going to read of that one. But I'm looking forward to reading Sugar. It's not that long of a read, and I definitely want to get this in before the end of the year. But yeah, y'all, that is it. Thank you so much for joining me. Y'all, if y'all have not heard of Thriftbooks, check them out. They have, like I said, a huge collection of books, of Black books especially Black books, and the prices are incredible. If you've heard of any of these books, you're interested in buddy reading any of them, let me know. Don't forget to let me know down in the comments what y'all think I should do about this Butterscotch Blues. If you think I should send it back, give it away to my mom or something, and get the one, with the cover, or if you're like, girl, it's okay, just keep it, All right, so that is it for today. Also, don't forget to let me know if y'all are down to do a live. I think it would be fun. We just have to set up the perfect time for everybody so y'all actually show up. And like I said, we can just make introductions. It could be just 30, 45 minutes, whatever the vibe feels like. Introduce ourselves and talk books, and maybe even set up some Buddy Reads book club or something like that. But that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate you every time that you come back and hang with me and engage with me in the comments. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And until next time, you already know, don't forget to show yourself some love today.
Bye-bye.